Hello everybody, this is Strongman. Welcome back to IXION. Last episode we rewoke the Protagoras, or at least what's left of it. We got a few people sorted out, we got some things done, we did all of that fun stuff, plus we've been kind of mining and moving things around and doing some stuff. We've got a thing that we're going to have to work on here in a second, but I'm going to say right now we're currently working on a very serious problem, because part of the end of last episode was that got us about 200 extra people to play with that we're going to have to learn how to take care of. And I think if we look at it, yeah, it was like 100 and some odd extra people, plus we still have 161 cryopods to gather up. So what we're going to do really fast is we're going to build one of the cell housing structures, and I'm going to move 100 and so many people over from here over to there. At the very end of last episode, we had several things happen. People got mad, mainly because they had a strike or whatever. The fun thing about the game is when you do finally get to a point where they either strike or they want to steal from your stockpiles or whatever else that is available, they enter a stage of kind of a catharsis where they'll stop doing it for a while. So we're currently losing a little bit of trust because, well, everybody in this is number one is not happy because we have 63 people that don't have any food and 120 people that are homeless. So that's a pretty nasty little thing. Here's the fun part. That right there is going to house 125 people. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to move as many people from this sector to this sector as we can. So we now have storage space for a reasonable amount of people. So we're gonna just do 130, and I really actually don't know. What do we want to do? Whoops, wrong button. We have a whole lot of non-workers. Let's just move 130 because I know there's more coming. Non-workers, sector 1 to sector 6. Go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and build another one of these, because how much does that cost? Is it just steel? Build another one. Now, that's going to keep the majority of our people in optimized quarters, so we'll be able to maintain the +2 from people living mostly in optimized quarter, but there's going to be some people living in these that are not going to be very happy because they're not great.
Transfer complete.
All right, so now all we have to worry about is that there's a bunch of people here that can't eat because we don't have enough of the food production. Have I managed to do this? No, let's do this. One food can feed 50 more crew members per meal. Please research that. We've been kind of doing some of the researching in the background. I did some research on the steel mill to allow the ability to kind of double, and well, I wouldn't say double, but we're going to get a considerable amount more material from the iron that we currently have in here. There's some other little things like the crop farms. We're now
has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Making as much stuff as we can aside from this one industrial enzyme that we've got, and that should just at least move things forward so that we're good to go for a little bit. And as soon as they build this one, we're going to we're going to do some more stuff. Now, I want to go ahead and get to work on whatever this little problem is right here, and I want to make sure that we need to do some more stuff. Yes, I know it doesn't have a full crew. Can you do me a huge favor, Contact? Come back to the Tiqqun. Lavoisier, go over here. I want to get this over with so that we can gather up all of this stuff, because I want to take everybody over here, and we're not going to gather any of this stuff up anymore. While we have time and effort and materials, I want to put in... Why is this off? It can be on. No wonder we're having problems. We're just going to do some back and forth stuff here really quickly, because I do want to bring an awful lot more ice than we currently have. And I don't know how much ice is left out here that we're going to be able to gather. We've got all of this ice over here. When we move behind this cloud, we're taking everything with us. So I need them to go get as much ice as they possibly can right now. To the point I might even have some of these other ships go get a bunch of ice.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Science ships arrived. Let's go see what's going on here. The PA of the Protagoras is unresponsive. It will need to be replaced. We've reached the data storage center of the PA. Install a copy of Eden. Save a copy of the Protagoras PA. Save a copy of... What's his name? Sure, let's bring him along for the trip. Whatever his name was. I forget now. I'm going to have to go look at it.
Administrator, the Protagoras is reactivated and operational. We have received the Etimanenki's full signature. Act with caution when facing this UN superstructure. We are ready to follow to reach Remus. Nothing is holding us back.
I don't like her attitude. Maybe it's just me. It's my decision, you know, to do that kind of stuff. I'm the one taking care of the ship. You're just the AI or the PA or whatever it is. You're the machine that does some of the work for us. Is there anything else local to us that we probably should care about? I mean, there's some close ice that I'm not really worried about it. Again, we're going to take a trip from here to there so that we can go get this ship, because I don't want to fly it through that thing, and I'm not going to fly any of these other things through this, because there's a really good chance we'll lose something flying through this. That's why they give you the researches and things so that you don't have any problems. That's why I kind of surprised that they're not having problems flying around through this. How far are we from completing the cleanup of the Protagoras via getting all of the people off of it? That's going to work there. We still have 147 of those to grab. Let's make sure that our ship is doing everything that it can. I might even just have some of these other ones grab it too. Why don't you guys just go get everybody? It won't matter. We can store them in some things. The quicker we can get out of this system, the better. I'm concerned mainly because we're about out of alloys, and that's not a great spot to be as far as being in this thing. Now, again, we've got lots of trash, and if I have to, I can turn one of these on to make alloys, but I'd much rather them be pushing a pile of this stuff up. We need a bunch of this. Now, we've got we haven't been being very diligent with our trash collection or our recycling, so again, all right, Sector 1's mad at us. Let's move 73 people out of Sector 1 into Sector 6. So just do 75. That'll make it easy. And again, only non-workers Sector 1 to Sector 6. Go. Sector 1 to Sector 6. Go. Thank you. All right. Whoop, wrong button. All right, so once we get all that done, once we get a bunch of these, once we get a bunch more cryopods hauled over here, I don't want to be popping them open just yet, but we are going to do a few more things. That farm is down because it broke. I want to build another one of these. We'll build it right here for right now.
Transfer complete.
That is going to hold the ice that we should be getting extra of. Okay. That'll allow us to do some more fun stuff too. So like in here, I should be able to now shove the contact and the triceps over here and allow us to do some more import-export into this sector. And actually that will allow me to do what I think I want to do, which is move these guys over here. But for right now, we'll worry about it. We're probably going to try to open a sector up very soon, another one, so that we can start doing overall scheming of things when it comes to containing excess stuff. I hope we haven't stayed too long. Are you guys done? They're gonna go get some more. How much is left over here? 101, 229. How are we doing here? More science. We have separated the PA from the Protagoras. Well, I guess we'll bring, like I said, bring him along. And that'll be a whole bunch of science. Let's see what we can do with that whole bunch of science. Let's start working on something out here. Something that might actually be useful to us. We've got 90. Really kind of want to do the train station, but I am kind of contemplating just sitting here doing a little bit of optimization in here. What's left in here? Oh, no, Domotetic Quarter. Let's get that done. And, no, resume it. And maybe I start working down this. Fusion station, high pressure cutters, you need augmented building protocols. I want to try to increase the production, or at least figure out a way to make more ice out, or water out of ice. And that requires building protocols workshop. Workshop, building protocols. which is that one. Let me look at that again. Augmented Building Protocols Workshop. Augmented Building Protocols, so it means that we need to do this one first. Nuts. What did I just unhook? I thought I just unchecked something. I thought I was going to work on one of these. No, I wanted to work on that, but I mean, it is what it is. I've just lost my train of thought almost completely. I don't know how I did that.
An accident has occurred.
I'm not worried about it. No, we wanted... Okay, and then this is decryonization. Oh, we got Domotetic Quarter open already. Wow, that was quick. Let's just play with that yet instead. So, Domotetic, whatever these things are. You know, they're just not trying to think right now, kind of playing back and forth. Houses up to 91 crew members in high quality accommodation in the same space. And this is where I kind of don't like the game because, well, I should be able to just drop this right on top of this and immediately replace what's underneath of it. I can't. However, I want to start working in a sector of which we should have a reasonable amount of materials to do so. I want to, we're going to have a problem because they're going to have to be able to move all that trash. Let's maybe start with one of them in here then. We're going to destroy you. And hopefully we have enough steel storage to make that work, or alloy storage. I've got 3 circuits. The problem is, like I said, these cost circuits, so it's going to get real expensive very quickly for us to be doing this. And it's going to cost quite a bit on materials, but it's worth upgrading them. That's going to hurt a lot. Come on. The reason why I did that is because I have extra people up here. And once we get a few of these built, we can rip those out. Go to work. Oh boy. Ow. Why are you not happy, Sector 6? Oh. Right. Yeah, they're not happy. They'll be fine. As soon as they get that built, they'll be fine anyway. The really thing that I don't like is that we're going to build one of these and then I'm going to have to force everybody out of this into that because they won't automatically move down there. Anyhow, let's go see what we've got going on out here. Are we done with the Protagoras? Protagoras is done. Lavoisier, come over here, please. We're just gonna stop collecting ice from here. How much is left? 229. It's kind of painful. Let them roll for a little while. I guess we can build. We're just gonna have to be careful. If nothing else, like I said, I can turn one of these into a producer of the alloy just so that we can keep up running, and I might do that anyway because they're actually pretty fast at making stuff that way. Why don't you just do that? Just go. You make steel. That'll make 50 in 10 cycles. That's quite a bit. That'll be good, or steel or alloy, whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing a little bit of work. We're going to try to get some of these up and done so that I can get this moved. I suppose I could probably just build a thing, you know, one of those little monuments, but I want to gather as much of that ice up as we can before we leave because we're pretty much living off of it at this point. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty, I think we've gathered enough up from that spot right there. I'm just going to tell them to avoid these two for right now. We do have a decent amount, plus there's going to be some more over here. I'm going to move the Tiqqun over to this corner over here so that we can do some things. The reasoning why is because I've been kind of holding back on this. There's a whole bunch of stuff right here. There's a whole bunch of stuff right here, and I think there's some more stuff somewhere over here. I don't remember. We got a lot more stuff to mine, and I want to kind of go over there and just gather that up. There's a considerable amount of what I would figure is probably going to be lots and lots and lots of iron materials, and all of that is reasonably accessible. Plus we have a story right here that we need to go figure out what's going on with. So we're going to shut a lot of things down. Can I leave scan, please? Leave. And start shooting towards this one. I need to gather up all of my Tiqqun things. Faraday, you're busy. I'm not going to let you do anything. We're going to call in everybody to come to us, which means don't pick up anything at all, kind of thing. We shouldn't have anything left but some silicon. I'm not messing with that stuff anymore. We're producing chips on our own, and we're going to do some research to maintain that. So we're just going to wait for that last cargo ship to get to us. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to shut off a lot of powerful, unnecessary powered things like that, and that. And the science can get shut off. We're going to leave those on as far as the EVA airlocks. And I think this one, we should be able to get this one up quite a ways. We do have lots of food. I might just do that and this for this sector. So that's 6. We just need to get this sector up to at least, well, like probably 3 or 4 or 2 or whatever. Click, click, click. How is this? 3. I can shut you off, and you off. Later on, we'll be building a lot of batteries so that we can kind of fill in some of these holes and, you know, make things a little bit more easy. I think we should be able to do some stuff. 3.44 cycles. Yes. We're going to make some quick flights to that location behind that storm. Hopefully, we're not going to have too much of a trouble doing it. Bye-bye. Oh, it's going to actually see it on the way there. That's neat. So we're coming up on a comet with a space station. I'm guessing that's what that is. Cool. Yeah. That's a big rock if you're comparing it to this thing. That is a big rock. All right, anyhow, our power should be back up and charged. We should be able to now make the flight over to there, which is going to probably cause a little bit of damage to the outside of the Tiqqun, but hey, who knows? We'll see what happens. Some of the next things we're going to start doing with some of our science.
Accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you guys might be getting into a really nasty little section of things. Let's go see what happens here. Yeah, we're leaving the comet behind. Heading for... Whoop, don't click off screen. Heading for another area that's probably going to get pretty ugly pretty soon. Sometime. Maybe.
Caution. Entering stellar storm.
No. Before we get silly in here, I'm going to make sure these idiots don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Then we go back out here, and we take a look at it. Ew. That was quick. Are we through it? All right. And into a orbit around another really weird looking, I don't know what this is kind of stuff. It's crazy. Cool. Let me turn our EVA, but let's turn all the power back on. And do some more playings around of things that we can do around this. Well, I guess I don't need those on. We don't have any material right now, although I guess we can just do whatever. You guys get back to work. You guys get back to work. And we're immediately going to start scanning anything that's available over here to be mined and or harvested. Get to work on that. You guys do all of those. Excuse me. And I'm going to tell it not to bother with this either because they're going to try to fly through that storm. We'll do one more of those, and you can do a full-on investigation given that. And then we can see what happens, and then we'll get out of this system.
A probe has completed its scan.
Nice. How much was that one? 442. That's pretty decent. Do we have any more right here? No. Do that one. Hopefully nobody gets hurt in all of this. Turn this back on. Oh, that needs to get turned back on. Go.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Everything's on that needs to be on at this point. We will be turning this back on once we get a whole surplus of the circuits. Stanford Technology Initiative has been unlocked. I forget. We were doing some science while we were at that. All right, that would have been this one here, which will allow me to do augmented building, which means we'll then be able to turn on some of these other things. So let us... You want shaping worker behavior. We need to do EV air. There's a lot of things that we're going to need to do. I need to get out of this area before we run completely out of stuff, but we are now making things that we can repair. I think it's the biggest problem is that you're going to run... You'll eventually run out of water. And then you'll eventually run out of, well, food and materials and things to, you know, keep your space station alive. So one thing they did a very good job is they made sure to chase you out of every system that you're in. If you're a player like me that likes to hang around and just utterly destroy the entire thing. But that should get us some water, hopefully, and...
A probe has completed its scan.
What do we get? Does not possess any subterranean systems that would facilitate exploration within the core of the planet. However, the team did locate a fissure that led to the observation that formations must originate from deep below. Size analysis returned colossal measurement estimations. Characteristic shape of the formation is thought to derive from a combination of electromagnetic interference and self-similar space particle resonance. Give me 60 science, please. While preparing, they also received an alert from a crew member stating that they had spotted a gigantic musculoid near their position. You can just give me the science, please, and we'll deal with the next thing. I think with that being said, we're probably leaving. We're just going to chew all this up real fast, and then we're going to check out. Science. Science. Science, 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 science. I really kind of work on some of this stuff out here, but I don't. Mess hall, we don't need to worry about it. Cryonic center, controlled thermal shock. Do we want to start playing with some of the stuff? Tell them what they need to hear. Repair efficiency is increased by 5%. Oh, yeah, we need to get into that. Do that. Yes, 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 yes. What is this one going to do? Tell them what they need to hear. That's efficiency on repairing, meaning that they'll be able to go faster. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? We still doing good on food? Well, we shut everything off, so that's going to take a minute. I think the next thing I want to do for certain on that one is maybe start thinking about building more of those. Why don't you just empty, please? Cool. You can get deleted for right now. I think we're going to build another farm. Because we're at 1,500 people. And those numbers in my head are more than 100. So yes, we need to do another farm.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
We'll just build one right here. I should have enough workers. If not, we can for certain send some people over here. Yeah, why don't we send like 20 real workers from Sector 1 to Sector 6. Go ahead. As soon as we get that built, we'll build a bunch of those. Cool.
Population transfer complete.
Let's see. I don't want to do this one this time. Probably just the same as we've done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not quite enough, is it? We'll do that for right now. Again, we're gonna try for 4 of these, which means I'm going to have to move a few things in here. Eventually, we will be doing things a little bit differently than we're currently doing things. I think. I hope. Anyway, how are we doing out here, guys? What do you got for me, guys? Investigate the report of the gigantic musculoid near their position. Go ahead and look at it. We lose you, we lose you. You guys were the weird ones, if I remember correctly. You're the ones that we had a bunch of people show up that shouldn't have shown up. I'm liking that. 400, that's a nice number. That's a good number. How are we doing? Everybody's up and running. You get to work, and you guys are 6, which is where the Ice B get to work. Make sure our ice is coming back in. Right. And we're going to leave the helium. For now, we may work on that in the next system. We may not. Just depends on how much we think we need. Those will clean that up very quickly. Those will clean that up very quickly. As soon as we clean all up the all of this other stuff up, we should be good to go. I did do a little bit of research into our ships, so now our ships are capable of hauling a pretty decent amount of stuff, and unlocking that one little thing there will allow us to be able to carry 40% more resources. Go ahead, get your outdoor logistics working better. Should be doing fine in here.
An accident
except for
has
that.
occurred in the Tiqqun.
Good. There comes some ice. Good. Cool. What do we got? Upon nearing location, appears that what a crew member had actually observed was an unusually shaped geological formation. Leave the planet. You are Faraday. You are now allowed to come home. And we're going to get the rest of this ice. Maybe? Holy cow. Everybody go get ice. Except for Wallow, I think. No, everybody, just go fill up those things full ice. Go ahead, get it all. Everybody go get it. We're leaving here in just a short minute. Okay, that made a nasty mess of some stuff, but that's all right. We'll have to work out the logistics. I think we're good. I think we're done. I mean, I'm leaving a little bit of ice behind, but that's fine. We've got almost 400 of it. That'll be perfectly fine for the moment. I could probably sneak her around the corner, but I'm not going to be majorly concerned about it. We'll do one last big sweep. I'm going to leave some iron behind. Well, that's sad. I mean, I guess we could fly back through. But I think for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye to the...
Accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be saying goodbye to that, but we're going to be saying goodbye to the Imortan System. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump on and see what we get.
Charging in accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tiqqun before volt jump initiation. Engine ready.
Well, I think everybody's back. That's why I waited. Go.